Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Moe studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Now you gotta bring me a beer. You gotta bring me a goddamn beer.
That's amazing.
I'm freaking out.
I just watched Angel for half an hour freak out, and then in that period of time, you text your wife to bring you a beer, and she brought you a goddamn beer.
Ice cold. Hi, babe. Hi, how are you? Want to talk? Okay, here. There's the mic's on.
I feel like I should have put like a little nipple or something on it. So like a little bottle.
Put a bottle for baby. You're not on camera, though.
It's fine.
Sorry.
I don't need to be.
I'm not playing with cameras today. Sorry, guys. It's going to be a really lean and strange opening for the show. I'm glad you guys can hear us. I'm glad you guys can hear the intros. Thank you again for bringing me a beer. This will.
How will that help?
This will help. This is going to help. Because
I don't think that'll help.
It's going to help. It's going to help me.
Welcome to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
God.
I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Welcome to the show, everybody. Before we get into everything that happened, let's because I'm real bad about distracting you. Let's get into our business.
Okay, well, first, let's tell everybody what happened. We went to go start the show, and then we had a bunch of technical difficulties. Daniel's freaking the hell out.
I'll tell him what happened. I'm sweating right here under my eyeballs. I'm sweating. I'm sweating so much right now. Oh, my God.
This will tie into something I wanted to say before we started the show, but yeah.
Oh, and right before we started the show, what happened? Right before we started the show, I came out and I go, man, I'm so great. I'm crazy. I didn't sleep good. I'm so anxious. I'm anxious, over the moon anxious. Like something, like, and last night, I think, we'll get to that. But then I was freaking out, and then I went to the bathroom. I had ginormous mega diarrhea, like nervous. Yeah. I'm all nervous, crazy. I'm tippy-tapping everywhere. I come in here. We start the show. Everything's going normal. Everything's just fine, right? And then we go to play the intro, and there's no sound.
Yeah.
Like zero sound coming. Like the intro will play, but it won't make any sound. So then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I'll just give it a reboot. But already, like things like that, when things like that happen, I go insane.
Yeah.
Because I don't like it when, like, I don't have a lot of these that happen.
Yeah.
So when it does happen, it's catastrophic. So I do the reboot, but when I go to reboot the PC,
yeah, you're clicking, you're up here under my
let me tell you what
feed,
everybody-
pushing button. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker is freaking out.
I'll tell you.
I'm literally cool as a
Cool.
cucumber.
You are a cool motherfucker.
Because I'm like, we're not on any sort of corporate schedule. Like,
Yeah,
it'll be
we're our
fine.
own bosses, independent media.
yeah.
They can't tell us what to do. You can't shut us down, motherfuckers. Unless our computer doesn't work.
We'll shut ourselves down.
Cancel ourselves.
So
No, so here's what happened that
Okay.
made it so crazy, because a lot of people will be like, well, just give it a reboot, no big deal. Here's what happened, and I don't know why this happened. I do the reboot on the computer. Fuck you, PCs, for forcing me to do any type of update. Fuck you for not giving me the option. But I went with it. I let you go ahead and do your happy little PC update, your Windows bullshit. And then when it came back on, the mouse and the keyboard that were connected to it are Bluetooth, they don't work. And we don't have a fucking wired anything in here.
yeah.
So I'm dead in the water. So I had to run into my fucking hoarder junk drawer and find this shitty mouse that's a cord on it's about as long as a fucking mouse's cock, and I plug it in, and I'm using that, and I'm clicking under you, and I'm unplugging this and unplugging that.
Oh, you're freaking out.
And then SJ jumps in there, and he's trying to help because he's such a good. The guy's like the nicest and most kind and wonderful human being. And shout out to him for always helping us. I love that guy. But he's in there trying to help. I'm in there fighting with him, so he's trying to thing. But and the mouse isn't working. So then finally, I've got this mouse connected. But this is it. That's all we got today. Everything else is shut the fuck
all we got
down.
is one mouse.
All we got is a mouse. That's it. That's all we have. Just one mouse.
So this kind of ties into what I wanted to start with today, because and this, we stay away from politics and all those, because no one wants to hear it.
What are you going to talk about?
But what I do want to talk about is working for a corporation. So, obviously, we had some technical difficulties. Daniel's freaking out. Daniel's an engineering department of our job of this company.
Yeah.
And
I did a great job.
He's in charge of making sure all the equipment works, and he edits the show, and that's his department. Anyway, we wear a lot of hats to keep this thing going. But what I wanted to address is the fact that when you work for a corporation, they have complete control over your career. You see what I'm saying? And I think everybody knows this.
I did this.
And they can do things to you no matter if it's fair or not. Like, obviously within like the contractual agreement that you signed, which again, if you're in the entertainment business, you sign a contract with that big corporation, and it is thick, and they have a lot of control over what you do, and a lot of things aren't fair. Me and Daniel dealt with this, and I know you've heard the story a million times, but things happened to us that weren't fair. And
do you want a laundry list? Do you want a laundry list of the things that happened to me when I had signed a contract and was locked in?
And so it was like blatantly not fair. We're like, hey, this, we proved to you that this email is bullshit, and so you're telling us to stop. You gave us permission to do the show, and they're like, doesn't matter. You can't do it anymore. Shut it down. And
shut it down. Yeah, give us the big shut it down.
And then it's like, and we had no control because we signed a contract with a corporation. We work for them. They pay us. And that's what happened. And then we decided to leave and work for ourselves. And this is way harder. I guess depends on, what job you have or whatever. But
we dream about working for, I do at times. There are days, like today, like this morning. It would have been nice to get on the phone and call old Mike Spry. Remember him?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike
the
Spry.
engineers. Yeah. And
hey, I'm Frank Clover. I don't know what I'm doing in here. You guys want to come in here and tell me what's going on with this computer? I'm the talent.
Well, when you work for a $1 billion corporation, you have expensive equipment and stuff like they can afford, and like you have engineers, you have sales staff, you have promo people to do events and stuff. And me and Daniel have to do all that. We have a ragtag crew that we love, and so and there's always a price you pay. Now.
Well, PP Sprinkles is saying, like, when that happened to you, a moron wasn't pressuring the radio station to control you. I mean, no, you could kind of look at it like the person I was working for was pressuring my biggest boss to fire me. That's because that's exactly what happened.
And that could happen to us.
And that's what he did to me. Yeah. He went to her and wanted me fired. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, just in a roundabout way. And then so we have no control because we work for them. And so when you work for a corporation, especially huge media, they have control over you. And the only remedy to that is to do it on your own. And then when you do it on your own, there's a lot more work that comes with that. There's a lot more responsibility. You got to build your own company. You got to make sure that the money
works.
Yeah, you have to make the money to pay yourselves. You have to make the money to pay your staff. It's way harder, but no one can fire you. No one can stop your show. And that's it. That's the trade-off. And that's how it will always be. And this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, either you work for a company, they have control, or you do it yourself and you have control.
Right.
And that's it. And that's the way it's going to be moving forward forever. And
yeah, it seems like that, right? It does seem like that.
And no matter what, that's how it always will be. And so, but I want to thank you guys, anybody listening to the show, and Indie BDM listening to the show, that because it's you that allows us to have complete control of our own destiny. And when you guys go, then here's the thing. We can still do the show. We can do the show and make no money.
I probably still will.
No one can shut us down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we wouldn't make any money. And we probably wouldn't at that point because we'd have to get other jobs to support our families. But the fact is, no one can stop the show but us. Because we have control of it. And if a corporation buys us one day, which I doubt, because it hasn't even come up yet one time. It would have in the past if there was any chance. But then we'd have to make the decision to do that again. And I don't know if we would, because we were there and we saw, like, shit, we're not in control of our own destiny because we don't work for ourselves. We work for the corporation.
I mean, I don't want to ever do it again. I remember.
So there's no fairness with working for a corporation.
No.
Like, you work for a giant corporation, there's fucking not fair. And that's all I'm going to say. Because we dealt with it. And we dealt with the unfairness of it. And
I agree with it.
We had to take the shit and then decide what we were going to do. And then, but again, we want to thank you guys for even allowing us to do this. And even though it's going to kill Daniel soon.
They don't. But they honestly don't understand how much it honestly means. I think they do. If you're saying that, then when you say it, they absolutely do.
And me and Daniel have the luxury to say whatever we want and about anything.
Oh,
and no one can stop us.
Wait till you see what I say today. Oh, man.
Yeah.
You just wait.
And we've done a good enough job diversifying our revenue that not one sponsor doesn't control anything. And that's another thing. Some podcasts, they have a marketing agency that literally pays or is in charge of all their marketing, all their sponsors. So if that marketing agency wants you to do something, they have way more leverage.
The model. The new model for big podcasts is to have a marketing agency, and they do control and they vet all of your clients. And you're right. Yeah. So if you lose that, effectively, you are just doing a show for no one, and we don't have that here.
So let's say you make $50,000 a month from that marketing agency. All of a sudden now they got a lot of leverage where it's like, hey, we don't like the way what you're talking about. Don't say that, or we're gonna fucking pull. And they're like, oh shit, that's all our money. That's the leverage.
It happened at Real Radio. I'm not going to lie to you. There were times when they'd come to us and say, hey, you guys don't talk about that because that's too close to this client.
We don't have that. We have individual relationships. So it's so we are in a position that we can kind of do whatever we want. But there's no free lunch in life. And within that position, a lot more work. So, it's like we got to, manage everything and do it. So
I feel a lot better now. 3 sips of beer. We're talking it out. Independent meat. Go independent.
Yeah. And if you want a world where the media you listen to is not controlled by anybody, then you have to support independent media. True. Because if you whatever corporate media you support, that corporation is in charge of that media. And they their rule, whatever they decide is on the corporation, and they could do whatever the fuck they want. And believe me, that contract behind the scenes that you don't see has a lot of shit in there, and they control a lot of it because they're
interested to see.
Hey, we're paying you a lot, so you sign this, and all you have to do is show up and do your job, and be funny
that's the trade.
And then there's always a trade.
That is the trade.
You
were talking about positions. Here's a nice transition into a fun Friday. What is your favorite position? Just out of curiosity.
It's like pizza. There's no bad one.
Oh, there's bad. Oh, absolutely, there's bad ones. There are bad sexual positions, man. 100% they're
not
bad.
Bad. It's all whatever. Like
you know what? I have a voicemail for this.
There's not one in my life, in my experience. I've never been like, oh, this is horrible. I mean, it was like something I get tired. I'm like,
I have a voicemail for this. What do you think of 69?
I was thinking about how some straight things are gay. Like, if you're 69ing and you're the man, but you're on top, that's straight, but it's kind of gay, right?
It's one of my favorite voicemails we've ever had. Let's analyze this for a second.
I've seen the man on top 69, and I'm like, this doesn't happen in real life.
I'm going to tell you something.
That doesn't
I
happen.
have wanted to do the man on top 69.
It doesn't even work properly because
You'll never get it, boys. You'll never get it.
Yeah. It's counterintuitive to have the whole 69 process.
But I think I kind of like it because it's so disruptive, right? Yeah. You're like, I mean, because you're gonna have to be careful with how much you're stuffing in there, right? But the girl, she could just lay. That's the unfair part. Is that like a guy, when we 69 and we're on top, we can't just relax. You know, we have to keep some sort of tautness there to keep our balls and dick from killing our wife or partner. But a wife, she just puts it right on your mouth, you know?
So
anyway,
before we start off with also why Daniel's anxiety is super high because of last night's
this is all you, man.
Game.
You did all of this.
Let me plug the Beer Fest. The Bad at Business Beer Fest is coming up November 22nd.
Yes.
And then Sofa and Suds the next day, November 23rd. All brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Is our presenting sponsor, has been our presenting sponsor for a while. Also, Fairville Megastore, Jeff's Bagel Run, and Modern Plumbing.
Yeah, man.
Is also, and we can do this free Beer Fest without our great sponsors. So we thank them very much for helping us put this on.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
We're going to have live music. There's DJ. We've got tons of vendors, food trucks. It's a street party. I know Gabriella Plants is coming out, giving out free plants.
Hold on, it's a street party?
Yeah.
Real street parties have stilt walkers. I think by law, to call it a street party, you have to have stilt walkers.
So please join us. It's absolutely free. First 500 people get a gift bag. We're doing full pour pint glasses, Yellow Brick Road again this year. We are giving them gift bags. So when you get your full pour pint glass, you'll get their gift bag.
What's in the gift bag this year?
Well, we got a lot of stuff, Daniel, but I don't know yet. But a lot of different gifts from sponsors.
Gifts and bags.
And Tom and Dan tchotchkes. Anyway.
All kinds of fun stuff.
So this week, we did a show, ACT Thursday night, where we had Jeff from
the Sharp
Square on, where I boldly made a bet and it was a 100% bet that the Bills were going to beat the Dolphins in last night Thursday night football game.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the Dolphins falling apart.
You called it your second brutal lock of the week.
Mike McDaniel is freaking out.
He toned his glasses down.
Yeah.
Why'd he tone his glasses down for this game? He wasn't wearing the gold rims. He was like all nerded out. He was a little more subdued.
Goddamn nerd. And then I proclaimed that we were going to take all of our cameo money and bet it on the Bills money line.
Yeah, $850.
$850 to win only $100 because the Bills money line is minus $850 on the Hard Rock app. And I was like, this is a for sure bet. We're free $100. It's the best. I mean, there's no way the Bills are going to lose to the Dolphins. Anyway, it was on Thursday's ACT. Of course, Jeff from the Smart Square. What is the Smart Square? Sharp Square. Whatever the fuck is this show?
Fuck your show, Smart Square. Shove it up your ass. That guy's so sweet, and that's how little you care about him. I messaged him last night and made him give me his phone number so I could talk shit about how bad we were doing.
This is a bad idea. This is not how you're supposed to gamble. I was like, shut up, Smart Square. I'll do what I want.
Why are you bullying him? He's so nice.
So I was texting Daniel last night before the game started. I'm like, I feel good. It's at home with the Bills Mafia there. They're going crazy. Like this is a lock.
And
right?
a disarrayed Miami Dolphins. Terrible.
And so we start off the game. Dolphins drive down the field, score touchdown.
It was so fast.
So I'm like, all right, now I've been in this situation before, okay? So I wasn't that nervous.
It was so fast, though, dude.
Yeah.
It was so fast.
So I was like, all right, stay calm. I've been in this situation before, and usually it offers a great betting opportunity because all of a sudden the line changes, and the Dolphins got the ball first. Usually your first drive or first couple drives is very scripted.
Yeah.
So you have the best luck and or the best opportunity for success in your first drive because that's you practice.
You have a
that
game
way.
plan.
Yeah, the game plan first drive goes that way. So it's like
a lot of people don't know that they don't understand the idea of the of scripted plays and
it happens in college a lot or rookie QBs like they'll do well on their first drive because they planned it
they
so
got
well.
it down.
But
man.
then after that it starts falling apart because game script changes and then you're playing from behind.
A little thing called improvisation.
Yeah, it all goes to shit.
Yeah, that can
so
be
anyway,
tough.
I wasn't that freaked out. Daniel now texts me. He's like, "Oh no, that's not good."
I think I texted you, "What the fuck is happening?" I went really fast. Like I went from 0 to I'd say what would you say, like around a 6?
Yeah.
I went from 0 to a 6 real fast.
So I was like, calm down. I'm sweating a little bit, but so I'm like, and then the Bills get the ball, they drive down, score immediately, right, easily. And then
that did make me feel better. Put me right back around a 4.5.
So then I'm like, all right. Then Dolphins have to punt it off. Bills score again. It's 14-7. Then the Bills get the ball again, and I'm like, here it goes. I'm about to start talking shit. By the way, I'm about to go on the BDM page and say 100%. I told you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I noticed it was pretty quiet on there.
I was in there like trying to find. I have to go to a search bar and some BDM.
Anyway, what are you trying to find people to bully?
No. That's how I find the BDM
target
page.
them now? You actively target them now?
I have to go up to the search bar. Anyway, so then the Bills, the Bills are up 14-7, and they're about to kick a field goal, put them up 17-7, and I'm like, all right, here it goes.
Well, here comes your hero. No.
Yeah.
Here comes your hero. Here's your buddy, right?
So what? Who?
Prater.
Well, not my hero.
Oh, you love it? Oh, last week he was best dad in the world, dad of all time, king of the world. I hate that motherfucker.
So he misses a field goal, and then right when he missed it, I go, oh shit. I was like, I felt this before because when he missed it, all of a sudden Dolphins get the ball back and they start driving. And then like the commentators, and I've been in this situation before where the commentators are like, man, Dolphins look pretty good tonight. And they're like, they came to play. And then like Dolphins defense is playing pretty well. Nick Chubb hasn't played this well in weeks. And then they start, and then I'm like, oh shit! And I'm like, this has happened to me before. I felt this, where everything starts going wrong. So Dolphins march down the field, and after they miss that field goal, and then they score again. Now it's 14-14. So now it's halftime, tied 14-14.
By the way, I was not at all happy about that because and then my wife's yelling at me because Andrea didn't know. Andrea goes, well, how much money did you put on the game? And I go, we put our cameo money.
Yeah.
She goes, well, how much is that? I go, well, it's a little less than $1,000. It's $850. She was not at all. She's as cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
She was not happy about that.
So during halftime, I'm pacing back and forth, right?
And she's saying things like, are you looking at the score?
So
why did you let him convince you to do this? You're weak. You let him just convince you. You have you're just a sheep. Chris Kampmeyer was right about you. You're easily influenced, you idiot.
So this is when it dawned on me. I was like, not only did I bet all of our cameo money that we've had cameo for a year.
And it's gone. I didn't realize how fast when you dump cameo, man. They dumped it. They're like, bye.
It's not only the money, but then I was like thinking about the fact that Daniel's always been in charge of the cameo. Like, so Daniel linked up his phone, so he gets the cameo request. And for the past 2 years,
I hate it.
That Daniel would I'd come in and Daniel's like, hey, we got a cameo today, because this is the worst possible thing. Like, speaking of like the equipment failing for Daniel's anxiety,
No, the cameo's worse.
The cameo's worse for Daniel's anxiety because Daniel has this thing where if there's unfinished business, it bothers him so much until he gets it done.
Yeah.
Until he checks that box, it's nagging him in the back that he can't stop thinking about it.
And do you know about...
I can put it away.
Because you're cool as a cucumber. You know this area up here on your iPhone? This little area up here.
Have a running into the kicker penalty, which I'm like, oh my God, he granted my wish. And then I'm like, even though I was lying to him the whole time, he still granted my wish. So after the running into the...
I like that you're infinitely positive about everything. He's great. You know what? I like you for not believing in you.
After the running into the kicker penalty, then the Bills get it back. They score.
That was about it.
But not really, because then the Dolphins go back down again, and they're going to tie the goddamn game at 28.
Yeah.
And then Tua throws an interception.
Yeah.
That was it. Which, by the way, I was like, oh, thank you, God. It's like, even though...
It was so tight.
Been a rough life, with me not believing in anything, but you still grant my wishes. Which is kind of weird because there's a lot of people that you don't grant their wishes.
Yeah. Like better people.
Yeah.
That need the win.
This would have taught me a lesson.
Yeah, this was just the throw.
Yeah. This is going to cause worse
this is bad.
pain for me and my family down the line that you made me.
I'm out, though. I'm out of gambling.
Yeah,
I got to be out. Like, oh, my God, man. Oh, my God. That was a rough night. I didn't sleep good. You know what I found? I could not go to bed afterwards.
No, yeah. The lightning's in you for a while. Yeah. You buzz for a good hour after.
And then I did this
contemplating why you did this.
Yeah, I'm laying there. I did this move. I told Andrea, I'm like, it's kind of cold. She likes it cold in the room, because she's like, I was like, it's kind of cold in here. Why don't you warm me up with that booty? I said that, and then a couple minutes later, I was like, hey, how about some booty? I was like mentioning, like, hey, get cold over here. Want to snuggle or something? No, she's not into it. So I ended up just laying there full of lightning and cum and horny, and I just lay there mad and couldn't go to sleep. It was like being, it felt caffeinated, man.
Yeah.
Like I could have...
This is why you don't put that much money on the line. All to win $100, by the way.
Yeah, well, we got it.
All to win $100.
We got it.
God damn it.
We got our $100. I'm so glad we did. The listeners, man, this would have been a bad one for you. Seriously. And that was the one thing I was thinking of, and you would have been fine with it because you are cool as a cucumber. I wouldn't.
No.
But they would have worn you the fuck out, dude. And it almost went that way.
No, I would have been more mad that all this time, but we fucking wasted $850 and all the time and we spent on. Anyway, it was just, we won.
That was rough. That was a rough win, but we won.
100%.
So we're gonna do it again? Are we gonna try to do it again?
We'll cool off for a minute.
Okay,
you gotta cool down.
All right. That sounds fair.
I know you're supposed to. You're on a hot streak. This was not a hot streak.
No,
this is pure luck.
Is there any now?
If that roughing the passer doesn't happen, things would have gone. Roughing the kicker, it would have been different.
So that was definitely a momentum change. So since we're in it and we're talking about it, is there any other game this weekend that you just want to throw? Okay. You're done. All right.
No, I'm not done. I just,
you're done with it for right now.
Well, especially, I'll go back to the way you're supposed to gamble, which is 1% of your bankroll and to just grind it out.
Jeff. Jeff was wearing me out. He was just giving me so much shit. But thanks to the Sharp Square for warning us. You, sir, are probably right. But, hey, we still won our money. So
and this is another football topic, completely unrelated. Yeah. But, Deion Sanders had, some bladder cancer problem or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know much about it, but it sounds like, I heard about the foot thing, and then they mentioned the bladder cancer thing, and then the reason I knew about that was the bathroom, right? Didn't they install a bathroom close to the bench for him?
They did, and he's pretty open about it now, and I have a problem with real men because I look at him like a real man. He's like he's a football coach, real man.
He's kind of flamboyant though for a real man, right?
Yeah, but now he went from Neon Deion into a real man.
Coach Prime.
Yeah. And Coach Prime, he's got a gray beard.
Oh, by the way, I don't like calling him that. Coach Prime. I don't even like calling him that.
And
the cowboy hat, I just want to kick it off his head.
And I saw some quote from him saying that he's had to install a catheter before some games. He's like if I feel the need to go to the bathroom, he's like, and I don't have the catheter or whatever, he's like, it'll just start leaking out. So, and I'm like, don't talk about pee-peeing in your pants.
Yeah.
behind you.
That's not prime time.
Yeah,
Shut the
like,
fuck up. Yeah, I'm with you.
Like,
Don't say that.
Like
You
real
played
men.
2 sports at the height of playing 2 sports.
I don't like hearing real men talk about their medical problems because
Okay.
and it's inevitable. Your body starts falling apart.
That's why it drives you crazy when Seth's in here, because he should be a real man, because he's
No.
an MMA fighter, but he's
But he's got fake medical problems. Nothing's ever been wrong with him.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, in the vitamin deficiency bullshit, whatever. And he's always been
Yeah, I
perfectly
kind of
healthy.
thought that too. I'm poisoned from vitamins.
Coach Prime did have some sort of liver or a bladder cancer problem, whatever. And he's got, it's like, I just don't want to hear about you peeping your pants and your body falling apart. Keep it to yourself.
Isn't
real
it
man.
more real man if he just pisses his pants on the sideline?
I don't want to know that you're wearing a diaper. I don't want to know nothing. Just keep it to yourself.
Thanks for calling Tom and Dan. Who's this?
Tom and Dan, what's up, man? It's Cracker Ass Carbuncle.
Hey, cracker ass carbuncle. Man,
That's the name you chose to give to yourself?
Yep.
it's the guy that had the bump
I
on
know,
his
yeah,
ass.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
know.
how's your ass bump, man?
Man, well, all the
Well, hold on a
If
second.
I-
Let me refresh everybody's memory in case you may have missed the show. But a couple of weeks ago, you called us and you had a real stinky blob of infection on your top of your ass crack, right?
correct.
So what'd they do?
Made me assume the position like I thought that you guys helped me out with. I went in there with a positive mindset, assumed the position, face down, ass up. Doctor touched it. I about jumped off the bed. They ran a couple of tests, did a CT, didn't find anything. Everything was good. Gave me some IV antibiotics, a really strong one. It was terrible. And some take-home antibiotics, and it wasn't any of the cysts or anything that everybody thought it was. And then about an
Wait
hour
a
later,
minute.
the pain.
So the doctor touched it. Did it go down?
No, man, it was so painful, man. It was terrible. No, he didn't. I mean, he just kind of felt around, wanted to get some tests ran. He ran some tests.
No, but the carbuncle, is it still there?
No, it's gone. It's gone. With the IV antibiotics and 10 days of take-home antibiotics, it's nothing's there.
Well,
Nothing, no
I'll
remnants.
be modern medicine.
Yeah. Could you imagine the painful ways people died pre-1920 or whenever the penicillin came out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't that long ago.
There
It was like 100
probably
years ago.
a guy that was like a cowboy or something that wasn't very clean that got a butt infection.
Yeah.
And he died
A
because
horrible
his
death.
whole butt was infected.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong? No, my butt is infected.
That's
a real thing, I bet.
So many people just died of infection pre-antibiotics that it is insane, and it wasn't even that long ago. Like I said, only 100 years ago, everybody was dying of every butt infections or mouth infections,
Yeah.
every infection.
I'm glad you're okay, though, and we're glad you feel better, man.
Man, it was awesome, man. You guys helped out a lot on
We
that
did.
day. It was super stressful, and you guys are awesome, man.
You
And
would
I didn't
put us
realize-
higher than doctor?
Yeah. I would say we were the forefront of helping.
Give me the
and-
order. What would you say?
I say it goes Tom and Dan first.
Thank you.
Okay, we are the most helpful out of your butt.
Well,
ass
without us, he
infection.
wouldn't have gone. Without us, he wouldn't have gone to the doctor.
Then after that, it's the
He agreed.
the nurse. I put the nurses first because
Yeah.
they're the front lines.
They are. They see some bad stuff.
Yeah, the doctor just
Yeah.
he comes in there. He's like, what do we got here? The nurse did all the
Fucking
work.
overpaid prick. Overpaid prick.
So it's Tom and Dan, the nurses, then
Then the
doctor.
doctors, then police and firefighters.
So you want to hear something crazy about corporate greed and all that other stuff? You just said the doctor comes in there and does whatever. So yeah, it's probably been, what was that, about 3 weeks ago, right? Probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get to have insurance, we get the bill. Now I did go to the emergency room. I probably could have gone to the primary. $23,000.
$23,000. Holy.
$3,000
For an
Oh,
infected
dude.
butt carbuncle.
Yeah, but is that what your insurance is paying?
I had to, well, $5,000 was my part.
Oh, you got a $5,000 copay?
I guess. I don't know.
Well, you better
Yeah.
look that up. What do you
Well,
mean you guess?
Yeah, but here I can speak his language because I was. You just it doesn't matter because you're never gonna pay.
Collection.
yeah. Like, that could say $10 million. Who cares? It's a number that is a fantasy number because you're never gonna pay it.
The chat room feels like, sir, that by you calling us once about the carbuncle and now calling us twice for an update to the carbuncle, that you would like to be part of the Tom and Dan R team.
That would be awesome.
Okay. We
All
can
right.
put you in there as Carbuncle Man.
No, his name is what was your name?
Yeah, what was your name again?
Cracker ass carbuncle.
Cracker Ass Carbuncle.
Okay,
It
yeah.
is now, you are now in the R team. You are Cracker Ass Carbuncle, okay?
That's amazing. You guys are awesome, man. Keep up the good work, guys.
We will, and we are.
I like getting praised for doing nothing. Or just making fun
We
of
need
you.
more of those people. That's what we need is more of those people.
You call us, we make fun of your medical problems, and then you come back and you're like,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
God
helping
damn,
me.
thank you for helping me,
You're
man.
welcome.
you mocked my ass carbuncle. Thank you, Dan.
All right.
I had an ass carbuncle that was huge, and when the doctor touched it, it hurt real bad. Dan Dennis and Tom Van, they called me and made me feel worse about it. Thanks, Tom and Dan. You're welcome, Cracker Ass Carbuncle.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna call Moe Dewitt because I want to ask him about this Epic Universe fatality. A guy died on a roller
sad.
coaster in Epic Universe, and I want to talk to Moe about like what recourse does he have? Like, you die in a theme park on a roller coaster, like that seems like a gigantic financial windfall for this guy's family.
You don't know.
But I have no idea what the you know.
I know they currently have a GoFundMe for the guy and for his family for funeral and for to help the family out, and it's really sad.
But do you assume the risk getting on to a roller coaster is like, it seemed like the guy was in a wheelchair? Did he have like pre-medical problems that therefore it's kind of like
I don't know the severity
yeah.
of the wheelchair.
We'll ask Mo about
But
it.
yeah, we'll talk to him about it. The name of the band, let's do some rock and roll today.
All right.
Let's do some hardcore. The name of the band is Drain. These guys have a new album out. This is pretty heavy, really fun. The name of the song is Scared of Everything and Nothing. We'll be right back. 1-844-TOMNDAN if you want to call us up, talk to us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time. We've got our attorney and our biggest sponsor, Moe Dewitt, on the line.
Hey.
How you doing, Mo?
What's going on, guys?
So, Mo, I wanted to talk to you because, of course, I'm sure you've seen the story of the gentleman who passed away on the roller coaster at Epic Universe.
Yeah, what is it called? Like Starlight Racers, I think is the name of the ride.
And so when the story first came out, we didn't know the age of the person, and then we just assumed, like, I know Daniel and I, we saw it pop up in the news.
We're
and we
really
assumed,
good at assuming, too. Mo knows that.
Well, we assumed it was like a heart attack, like it was an elderly person as a heart attack. Then we find out that the person was 32, and the coroner comes out and says the cause of death was blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Which I was like, whoa.
And I didn't think you were allowed to carry weapons on that ride.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, I get uncomfortable.
And then I was like, blunt force trauma. And then it's funny because I text Joey Mazant, and because he's been on this ride a bunch of times, and it's a pretty intense roller coaster. And then I was reading some comments underneath this story, and he theorized, and even some of the comments theorized, that the person passed out, and then from their head, or fainted, and then from their head banging against, and he also had a broken leg, which is crazy.
Well, that's what I read an eyewitness account where the woman said that when she saw him and they stopped, they screamed, "Help, help." They screamed for everybody to get off, and then when they go to get him off the ride, he did. He had a broken leg and was bleeding from his nose.
Yeah, and I guess
Like, what?
the blunt force trauma was to his head, obviously, that he killed him. But then, so it was way more complicated than like he suffered a heart attack. It's like, wow, this is now a developing story where I think the ride is currently shut down right now.
I would
right?
imagine, yeah.
And they're trying to figure it out. But then I started thinking, and this is the question I wanted to ask you, Mo, is how much recourse does this gentleman have to have a lawsuit against Epic Universe? How much do they protect themselves just with signs saying if you have any pre-existing medical conditions?
Well,
you shouldn't
I mean, I have what the ride, before Mo answers, here's the official rider requirement for the ride. I printed out. It says you should be able to independently maintain an upright position, support your torso, neck, and head while absorbing sudden and dramatic movements. You should be able to brace your body with at least one natural upper extremity. When seated, both natural legs must, at a minimum, terminate below the ankles. No prosthetics at all. And you must be able to take a small step into the ride vehicle compartment, either independently or with assistance from your companion.
Okay, and that's the only stipulation.
That's the only, but I'm sure there are other. That's for like getting on the ride. Now there might be other things for like heart, stroke,
pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there usually are.
So what is it, Mo? Is this guy have a gigantic lawsuit against Epic Universe?
Well, obviously it depends what actually happened. I mean, it's still a developing story. And you're right, the way they originally kind of wrote the news stories, it made us all kind of believe that was probably a heart attack or a pre-existing condition, which, Universal's had those lawsuits before. I think it was on the Kong ride, whatever that's called now. Somebody there had a heart attack on the ride, and they sued. And they said that the warning sign was only in English, so they weren't aware that they weren't supposed to go on the ride. Blunt force trauma is obviously very different because as a 32-year-old individual, you should be able to go, or really any age individual, you should be able to go on a ride and not die from blunt force trauma. So it's obviously going to depend on how this occurred, but there could be a massive lawsuit against Universal. If the restraint wasn't designed properly, it probably doesn't help, too, that this is a newer coaster that hasn't been around that long. But obviously we need to know what kind of blunt force trauma this was, what happened. But certainly, when you get on one of these rides, it's supposed to be a thrill ride, but it's supposed to be safe. And for this individual, it wasn't.
Yeah, and for this, other details on like the testing that these rides go into. When I'm on the Peloton in the mornings, this particular ride had to have, and I know this for a fact because I watched the story on it, it had to have 80 hours of uninterrupted track running. So it had to run for an 80 hours uninterrupted with no failures in order to be approved to ever have anybody ride.
Yeah, I'm sure the testing
it's pretty rigorous.
Just insane before any of these rides go to the public. I mean, they use their own employees a lot of times before. And then also, it's been open for a while. Thousands of people have ridden this.
Yeah.
This is the
I
first.
heard really good things, but people love it.
Yeah, like my sister and niece have ridden this ride, and they and Joey.
Well, your sister's the one that said it was amazing.
Yeah,
Jen said it was fantastic.
So. In the meantime, Mo, do you think this ride will be shut down until they figure out what happened? Could this ride be shut down permanently?
It's certainly possible. I mean, if you remember at Islands of Adventure, they had that dueling dragon coaster.
Yeah.
And that had, that ran for probably a few years before it had an incident where some sort of object got loose from one of the riders and hit another rider on the dueling coaster in the eye and blinded that person. And that's why they stopped riding the coasters simultaneously. They were kind of staggering them after that. And I think they also installed some other safety precautions. So I think certainly they have to, A, figure out what's happened here, and then, B, figure out how they make sure it never happens again. And if that means taking the ride down, they're going to have to take it down.
I remember riding Dueling Dragons when you would come up and then it would basically go feet to feet. We're both.
Which is the way I like to do it.
Feet to feet.
Yeah, you know that saying.
I start chanting.
You know that saying for little guys. Toes to toes, my nose is in it. Nose to nose, my toes is in it. That's a little guy saying.
And I'm sure, like.
Maybe you didn't hear me. Nose to. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
So this could be an opportunity, or this could be a situation where everybody who got to ride the ride before they make major changes, or maybe they won't make major changes, but I assume they'll make some sort of changes. But anybody who got to ride it pre this incident probably is going to get the only experience of that coaster pre this incident.
It goes into like a...
they'll change something.
It goes into a crazy twist at some point, I guess. and you're racing each other. It's very similar to like sort of the style of the Dueling Dragons. I feel bad that this guy, because he does seem to have had a pre-existing or maybe a medical condition prior, and just because he was in a wheelchair, it seems like everybody's online at least, which is not real, is commenting like, well, obviously he had a problem because he's in a wheelchair. I don't think that's the case.
So,
I don't think it works like that. People that are in wheelchairs can ride roller coasters, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
otherwise, they wouldn't let him on the coaster.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not a thing.
So Mo, just to give us an idea, because you're in this industry, like, let's say they do find that the Epic Universe was or didn't take into consideration some detail that they could find negligence of,
Right.
like, hey, if a person does faint and doesn't regain consciousness, their head can bang back and forth so many times that you could be lethal. So then, and
So
they
you got to wear a Guardian helmet.
well, they find that out. Like, what kind of settlement could Epic Universe end up having to pay if they find out that they were negligent in any way?
I mean, you're probably looking at something north of 8 figures for something like that. You have an individual who really did nothing wrong. He got on the roller coaster. He rode it. It's foreseeable, given the G-forces, that somebody would have fainted or passed out. And if it's true that it was the restraint, then obviously there's a design flaw in the way the restraint was designed, which would make them liable.
And that for sure would definitely cause them to re-engineer that entire ride, if not even change it completely.
The chat room's saying, and this makes the most sense, they would probably change the vehicle. Because the track, the track is the track, but you just engineer the vehicle in a way where it's not going to bang your head around, or maybe you take out a twist.
The restraint.
Or maybe you do take out a twist in it, and you're like, this is a little too much. It's a little too extreme.
And it's the first incident that I've seen where a person died
from just riding.
I've
never seen this before.
Of a situation
this
beyond.
Is terrible.
Yeah, like, and we've seen roller coasters where someone like got onto the area and was struck by the coaster. We've seen those incidents.
Yeah.
We've seen heart attacks and stuff. But from blunt force trauma, this is the first time that I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about. I mean, it's hard to imagine that's anything besides the restraint, because I can't imagine that his arm hit something or his head hit something.
Mo, we live at a time when everybody's got their conspiracy theories. I saw somebody in the chat room even throw out there that maybe it was a bird. I'm like,
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, guys. I mean, I think it probably is the easiest explanation, and maybe it was very intense. He passed out, and then a loose cranium kind of bouncing around is never a good thing.
Although you would think that they would take that into consideration when they're designing a roller coaster. Like, what if someone does faint? Because you've seen people faint before because it pulls a lot of G's or whatever. And then it's like, so if a person is unconscious, let's make sure that his head doesn't bang back and forth until it kills him.
Yeah, but I don't know how you can ensure that unless it's a total redesign, or you would have had from jump. It would have had to have been,
Because you know what, those videos of the slingshot and people faint on that all the time.
There's one where the lady faints and then her boobs come out of her. Her boobs come out of her neck hole. Oh, that's the best one. She faints and her boobs come out, and there's nothing that can be done.
You put the video online. Before we go, Mo, let's plug.
Do you like me?
The Just Call Mo Comedy Jam coming up October 2nd. Get your tickets at justcallmocomedyjam.com. We've had a couple of the comedians on the show already.
We had Ricky Reyes in. We had Madison Bakich in here.
Yeah. And we're going to have Sean Finnerty on next week. Get your tickets, all for Yellow Brick Grove Foundation.
Yep. Come hang out with us, man. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, and we appreciate Mo putting on these events because it's all for a great cause, and it gets us together. So thank you, Mo. We appreciate it.
Yeah. No, thank you guys. And, obviously Ross McCoy's hosting, and I'm in Las Vegas right now. He's down the road, and I'm about to go meet up with him. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're in Vegas. Right. Yeah. So
we like to bother you when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
If I text you later, will you put some money down?
This guy's addicted.
Yeah. I know I got a lot of sports books, but I like actually you going in and placing a bet in person.
You want some human action.
Yeah. I like to know that it's and I'll text you later, Mo.
All right. Well, I'm a little worried about Ross. I think the addiction may be strong.
Yeah. Oh, it's got him. All right, buddy. Have fun. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
See you.
All right.
Oh, we were definitely bothering him.
I forgot Moe's in Vegas.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, did you see how quickly he got off the phone? He's like, all right, okay.
I
God,
forgot
you
his
always do that to everybody.
I was like,
Mo,
he's
where
just-
are you right now? I'm in a suite in Vegas with my wife and family.
I'm like, it's just Facebook Friday. He's in there. He's in his office just on Facebook.
Yeah, you're just screwing
Just
around.
like everybody
Hey,
else.
Call in to our dumb show.
I forgot that he's in Vegas. Anyway.
Oh, that's a pretty sad story, though.
Yeah. It was just the only reason I brought it up because this is the first I've ever heard of some situation like this happening in Orlando theme parks.
I also was trying to, and I'm going to try to be not insulting in doing this. So I was also trying to put myself like what it would be like to ride a roller coaster if I didn't have legs or if my legs were paralyzed. Like, would it feel different? Like, it's got to be different.
Well, yeah, I guess
I would imagine because I was trying to think that if that did, because a lot of people kind of running with the theory that if you don't have control of your legs, which I don't know if he did or he didn't, but I'm just using this for my example, would you have enough upper body strength to kind of hold yourself taut?
Yeah. It's all upper body strength.
I think you would.
You have to get more.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I don't know.
Because you ever seen someone
CD Sarah, she says no, it's not different. See, Sarah might be in a wheelchair. She might be able to answer this question for us.
Yeah. You're a stronger upper body because your lower body.
Because you've been using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could take that theory and flush it down the toilet. Because if he was holding on to grips, I'd have to see the car too.
Yeah.
To really judge it.
Could just be an insane anomaly. That,
and all like she says, all disabilities are different, so you don't know. But our heart goes out to his family. I know Samantha had shared there is a GoFundMe floating around out there. Make sure you find the right one and give to the family if that's something you want to do for the funeral.
Well, what if I donate to the family? Then he gets 8
I thought about that.
Later.
You get your money back. I did think about that.
He does. I'm joking.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength too. I did think about that.
So another video that has been circulating around the internet is, and I didn't even recognize the names of these country music performers, but
let me find this.
There were a fight between two country music performers. I want to say stars because I don't even know.
Well, one of them is like one of the biggest stars in the world. Like one of them has like a $300 million recording contract. Like he sold all of his music. Zach Bryan has secretly become like one of the biggest country music stars in the world. I think he sold his entire music catalog for like a publishing deal for like $300 million.
Oh, he just cash out?
Yeah, he's just like, I'm done.
Oh, God,
he's an ex-military. When he was in the military, he started writing songs. Then he put a song out, I guess, right after he got back from the military. Then his career kind of took off. He's got kind of this, like, whiny, ragtag kind of a country sound. It's not my favorite style of country, but I like some of his songs. But he's also known to not be a very good person. He's feuding with Barstool Sports because of the Portnoy hates him. And because he used to date this girl called Chicken Fried, and she and Portnoy, I guess, are buddies, and so they're always drama online. Like they're taking pot shots at each other and lawsuits and this, that, and the other thing. It's crazy. Now the other guy, Gavin Adcock, he's an up and coming singer as well. Think exact opposite of Zach Bryan, but also a bad person in my opinion.
Okay.
He was an ex, I think Georgia college football player.
Okay.
Blew out his knee, started writing songs. Then he got a little bit of heat. He seems to be friends with Morgan Wallen. And Gavin Adcock is typical bro country. You know, trap beats and snaps. It's shit.
Who's the one that climbed the barbed wire fence?
That's Zach Bryan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Zach Bryan. Let me find the video for you.
So I saw the video circulating TikTok, and so Zach Bryan's the one that climbed over the barbed wire fence to get to Gavin Adcock.
Yes.
To fight him.
Yes.
So
because they've been talking shit about each other online.
And so they saw each other through the fence, and it's your stereotypical, I don't know if I'm sure a lot of people saw this, but it's a chain link fence with barbed wire, 3 rows of barbed wire on top of it, similar to what you would see at a prison. It's not as much as a prison, I guess. Like, you know, those water facilities around town, they usually have barbed wire around them, I guess. So, like, a terrorist couldn't jump the fence and, like, poison the water or whatever. But Zach Bryan climbed over.
There it is. I got a picture of it up for everybody to see, so you can kind of see what I mean.
Yeah, and he did it bare hands and literally no problem. And I was like, God damn, that takes some balls. Then he jumped off of that, climbed the bar, and then, in my opinion, did a weak-ass, half-ass job to try to fight the guy, and easily able to be held back. Like, he got over the barbed wire fence and then basically did like a half-ass, and then they held him back. And it's like
the only thing I would sort of disagree with that is that Gavin's security was taking him away. So it wasn't like as much that I see what you're saying, but he would have had to sprint and get the guy. But there's a big fat guy in the video that's Gavin Adcock's security, and that's the guy that's basically pushing his guy away.
Gotcha, yeah. And it just didn't seem like he went over the barbed wire fence, and
it was dumb.
It was stupid, and then half-ass tried to fight the guy. I just thought it was hilarious that you go through all that trouble. And all for nothing, just to yell and hold me back, bro, and look like a fool.
But everything is, and that's what's sad about this, everything is performative, right? Like Gavin Adcock is making his name in country music, not because he has great country music songs, but because he's the biggest troll in country music. He's the guy that started saying a ton of bullshit about Beyonce. He's the guy that started after Beyonce. He went after, there was somebody, then I think he went after there's 5 or 6 other people he just starts attacking because he knows that if he can get
a story.
But I don't like that we're there, and as long as we're going to keep feeding into that and then and kind of worshiping these people that are just getting inflated, it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe that's why everything's kind of shitty right now. It's like you shouldn't.
I know you don't like when people purposefully manipulate the media to get publicity.
Because I'd rather Gavin Adcock. He just put a new album out.
But it's so easy.
It is so easy. It is so easy. But 2 weeks ago, he put his album out.
Yeah.
And obviously, he was doing all of this to try and coincide with his album.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know. It just seems so, I guess, corny. It's just corny. It's like, so you wouldn't you rather?
But no one cares. You know what I'm saying? You care.
Well, I do.
It just
that's it. You're right.
It gets put out there.
I would rather. So for me, if I were him, there's no way in hell I would rather take the W because I just started fighting with people and calling Beyonce not country music just to get cheap heat.
Yeah.
Cheap heat sucks. It's like I'd rather people go, you know what? That Dan Dennis's album, holy shit. He writes a good-ass song. That, man, he is good. Or have you heard his band? Have you heard him live? Holy shit, he's good live. That's where I think is, to me, that's the gold. This other stuff doesn't even matter.
Well, we're in a world where positivity does not spread.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So you could write the best album in the world, and he could have the best album in the world, and realize no one's talking about it, so he has to talk shit about Beyonce or someone else because that's the only way to get publicity. So it's almost like a lot of these people are doing this because it's the only way to get any sort of publicity or you talked
Which
about
again,
online
for somebody like me, what does that do? That makes me sad. You see, that's kind of how I am.
Because you don't like the talking shit part and the people, the hate and the fighting and stuff.
I don't think that does anything for country music, right? Wouldn't it be better if? I mean, now there is a part of this that I can see where, outspoken country music or outlaw country, I can kind of see, oh, that's kind of romantic and that's cool or that's exciting. But when it gets down to fighting and stuff, I'm like, man, don't we have enough of that naturally in the world? You know, we got multiple wars and shit going on. Wouldn't you guys rather just play good music and do good shit? Make people happy instead of fighting with each other and I don't know.
The problem is, though, and I could see this, where if I'm a country artist and I'm just trying to put my head down and write good music and good
nobody cares about you.
And then no one cares. And
No,
I'm like,
they
why?
don't.
I'm trying to, be positive, write good music.
There's thousands
and
of
then
them.
everybody else is fighting with each other, and you see that's what is getting the publicity and that's what's getting the clicks.
Yeah.
And then you're forced to get into it because it's the only thing that's getting the clicks. You know,
Well, you're forced to get into it if you want to rise to the super top.
yeah. And
I
then
mean, you could still be successful and not do that, and you could still get to the top and not do that.
But what if it's harder?
It's infinitely harder. You talked about it earlier. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like goes back to like working for a corporation versus like being independent. You know, it's certainly harder when you're not riding that train of the wave of outrage.
Yeah. And then especially, it's almost like the fact that when in the beginning of the show, I was like, we can say anything. It almost makes it to our listeners like not as fun.
Yeah,
because no one can stop them. So there's
yeah.
not as much on the line.
Yeah,
because
when it's infinite, who cares?
But then if you're working for someone that could stop you, and then you talking shit, and it's like, they're getting away
they
with
got
it.
outside the guardrails.
You know, it's
you're
kinda,
right.
Well, it's kind of like us, when people when we skirt around, even though there's no fucking FCC rules. Even though I was like, what the hell is it? But
Well, there are only FCC rules for ABC. That's fine.
But the also, I don't even understand the correlation of what the. But anyway, regardless, it was almost it's funnier or more fun for the audience to see the person like navigate around the supposed, I'll put this in air quotes, FCC violation rules, and then be like, I know what F the a-hole means.
Yeah, they pulled one over on it.
Yeah. Like you got away with it, and then so because they got away with it, and then so it's like if you don't have any of that, it's almost like the people are like not as fun. But then they get mad if like they shut them down. But like that was the fucking whole thing that made you excited that we got away with it.
Yeah.
And then if we don't get away with it, then you're mad and I don't know.
I think people, though, honestly, like the last couple of weeks has taught me that I think people are addicted to being mad.
Yeah,
and I think they love living in that space because I was talking to my therapist about this. It is, but I was talking to my therapist about this, and she said something pretty powerful that I'd never heard before. When you're angry or when you're making declarative statements that are rooted in like, I hate this or I hate that, what do you feel? You feel confident, and that absolutely releases chemicals.
Oh, yeah,
Because you don't always feel confident.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, when is the last time you
you can invoke emotion, I mean, that we try to do it through laughter, but like, if we make someone laugh, like we usually have a listener for a long time because they come back and try to get it again.
Yeah.
It's a drug.
Yeah, but
And same thing with anger and hate and being.
They're all chemical.
Everything.
Yeah, they're all just a release of chemicals. But it's that confidence. I never thought about that before. She's like, a lot of people when you see them online when they're making these grandiose statements, it's like they're really standing up on a hill and really digging their heels in. They feel confident, no matter what side you're on, right?
Yeah.
And that's a feeling that not everybody. I know you are unconfident in a lot of ways, and I am unconfident, like not confident in a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of ways why maybe people, maybe you do enjoy the show that way because we show you the areas that we're not confident in. We've made a pretty good career out of showing all of how bad we are. You know what I mean? And I think that's true because I see friends of mine all across the board, no matter what opinion you have, you're making it so hard and so declarative because you just want to feel confident. And nobody feels confident right now. That's such a great fucking feeling. When you truly have it and you feel good about yourself and good about the world, good about your family, good about your business, there's no better feeling.
Yeah.
No better feeling.
And then getting angry is an emotion that's just like laughter.
So it's like cheap confidence.
Yeah.
It's like artificial. It's like you're like, so people get online and you fight and you get addicted to fighting because you just want those chemicals. I don't fault people. I feel bad for you. It makes me sad. I don't like it. It makes me angry to see people hurt that much. Like, ugh.
Yeah. Just live your life so mad. It's like, why you live like that? But I also understand it. Because it's like
I get it too. Because I want it.
It is a chemical.
I chase the chemicals too, guys.
We're all chasing it.
Yeah, we're all chasing it.
I'm just gambling, whatever the hell your vices are. We're chasing chemicals. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll do some voicemails, and we'll end the show with some voicemails and some other stories.
We got a lot of voicemails, emails. It's not too late to leave one if you'd like to. 1-866-844. No, 1-844. Wait, what is it?
I don't know, but it's on Tom.
It's 1-866-Tom and Dan. That's what it is.
Okay, all right.
1-866-Tom and Dan. The name of the band. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to give you guys some music I normally wouldn't play. I'm going to play sort of some dance music. And then coming out of the break, I want to talk about this. Mike Patton, formerly of Faith No More. I say that because, according to bass player Roddy Bottom, they are on an extended hiatus, apparently. But Mike Patton from Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, he surprised everybody and kind of freaked us all out by revealing that over the last couple months he has recorded an album with none other than the Avett Brothers. The name of the project is called Avett Patton, and you're going to hear that on the back end of this song. This right here is Frost Children. The name of the song is Radio. We'll be right back. That is Avett Patton with their brand new song, Eternal Love. I do not like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
The Avett Brothers.
I like the Avett Brother parts. I do. I like the Avett Brother parts. If you could take Mike Patton out of it, though, I would definitely do it. I'm mad at Mike Patton. I don't think you have any business in there. I'm still mad at you for you canceling the Faith No More tour. If you can write music with the Avett Brothers, you can go on tour with Faith No More.
I know.
I'm done with him now. I think I'm done with him. This is about as hot as any hot take I'll ever give. I'm about done with him now.
Every time I see how big the Avett Brothers have gotten, the drummer is I call him Mike Agency. I don't know his last name, but he was the drummer for this punk rock band called The Agency that I grew up with in Miami. They were like the top end. They were like the older guys that were the most successful punk rock band in Miami of all of our friends.
Such a good
bands.
band. You gave the CDs to me because you can't find them.
And
is it on Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
Okay,
but
now it is.
It went on. He went on to be the drummer for the Avett Brothers, and obviously the Avett Brothers blew up and touring the world and super successful. So it's cool to see every time we see the Avett Brothers. Like it's one of my wife's favorite groups.
Pretty strange transition too, though, from like what I would consider progressive punk rock. And what I mean by
it's like 90s,
but they were very technical. Like they did very interesting, really good musicianship. Look up The Agency and just listen to how the drummer plays, and then go listen to the Avett Brothers. He's probably it's just as musical, but it's a lot more simple. But he's a great drummer, incredible drummer.
And I'm seeing it, I'm like, good for him. It's like a guy that I watched play punk rock in high school, and then
you've sat on a couch with that guy and played probably Tony Hawk, or like had a beer with him, or stood in a kitchen with him, or something, right? That's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird.
He was always older.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell some of my son Tommy too. Like he in middle school now, and it's like trying to meet people, make friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, when I was in school, all my friends, especially in high school, they were all older than me. Like Crystal was in the grade above me.
Okay.
And then all like Fernando.
Ew.
Well, Fernando.
Like them older.
Every one of my friends you hear, except for the Wizard, was below me. So there was nobody in my actual grade that were my good friends that I hung out with in high school.
Huh.
So, like everybody that I still hang out with now from high school was either a grade above me.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It was just how it happened, how it played out. And so I was like, you don't really need, sometimes you don't have friends, you'll still have your friends, but maybe they won't be in your grade or class, and it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so they don't, school, I'm trying to get them used to like going, like you have to go do something you don't necessarily like to do sometimes, or work. And then you get out and you enjoy your friends and family outside of whatever the school or work is,
you're gonna have obligations.
You make the best of it.
Yeah, you're always gonna have obligations. That's guaranteed.
But like who you become lifelong friends with or friends with, it's sometimes out of your control. It just happenstance,
all of my friends kind of moved away. Like all of my guys sort of, and it probably had a lot to do with the majority of the people I hung out with wanted to move away from DeLand. They did.
Yeah.
And they all accomplished it. So we all went in like sort of different directions. But we didn't all have like-minded like career paths, right? Like nobody else really wanted to do like radio or go to Orlando or anything.
Yeah.
So I was like that guy. I have a lot of friends in California, a lot of friends in like Chicago. Like they all went different places. It was weird. I wish that I had some friends that I grew up with in high school that were around here, because I think that'd be cool. I'd have a different life though. I'd see them a lot more.
It's happenstance. It's weird with my friends. Like a lot of them did move to like Virginia, moved away. Like they moved to different states for a while. Then you meet back up with them later.
You want to do some voicemails and emails, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with an email. This is to prime the pump because remember, we are taping Pukes of Hazard on October 8th.
Yeah, it'll be a BDM show.
It will be a BDM show. And if you are a BDM, get those emails in now because you could win the first ever, the inaugural year of the Gagman Gaggy Award.
The Gaggy Award?
The Gaggy Award. Yeah.
All right.
It's the Gagman Gaggy.
Is it a plaque?
It's a trophy.
Okay.
It's a trophy, and it's a. I already have I have a person making me a custom trophy that looks like a pile of puke.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I have an artist that is making this.
The first ever Gaggy.
And the Gaggy, and I'm going to drive the trophy to your house.
Okay.
And I'm going to deliver the Gaggy to you and puke in your front yard. That's the Gagman guarantee. The Gagantee. The Gagman Gagantee.
I like you're like trying to puke. And
I can do it.
And the person's like, you don't have to do this.
I
We're
can
like,
do it.
no, we're doing it. I'm like, puke, motherfucker.
Do you know I can do it without using my finger now? I've trained myself. Watch this. I can use my tongue.
Come on.
My tongue is now a finger. I have a finger tongue now. Oh, there it comes. Oh, man, I can do it. I can put my tongue, but I can literally swallow my tongue and puke everywhere.
You know, I don't have a gag reflex. I think that's partly why I don't
suck
puke.
my dick.
You know, literally,
Wait a minute. If I put my finger down your throat and touch that little...
7 years.
And touch your mouth balls, you wouldn't start puking?
Crystal sent me this Facebook message this morning. 7 years ago to this day was the day that I puked on that.
The chicken.
The Target chicken that she bought me. And then I broke my 14-year no puking streak.
Yeah.
So it's been half of 14 years.
You're back on it. You're back on it.
So I got to go another 7 years and one day and I'll break.
Do 15. Do a solid 15.
Well, I just got to go more.
14-1?
14 in one day. And then,
If you want to do it, break the record. You break it by a year.
You only need 1 yard to break Barry Sanders' rushing record. So anyway, I just need 7 more years and I'll break that record. But it was literally 7 years ago today.
I like that.
But I don't. Yeah, I think I could stick my finger and then to touch that ball.
Have you tried it?
I'll try right now.
Wow.
Nothing happened. I touched it. I swear to God.
The sound was like...
Nothing. I have no gag reflex. I'm anti-gag. Like we are.
That's my favorite thing you've ever
done. Broken Mr. Glass, a podcast. You were gag man.
Look.
I can't be gagged.
I can puke right now.
Look at.
Stop doing that.
I'm touching the ball and
God.
nothing's happening.
Okay. All right. First email.
Okay.
We gotta get ourselves together here. Oh my God, that made me laugh so hard. That is, they're calling you Throatzilla now. People love that. Now I want to start buying things to try and gag you. It's like, bring things to the studio, see if you can gag Tom with
Imagine how good I'd be if I was
if you were gay. You'd be the best dick sucker in town.
I know. God, no, I could have been born gay.
Mr. Collins.
My life would have been so much better.
You'd be the real gag man. Okay, this is from Jordan. He says, hello, sir. This one is not about me throwing up, but a friend that I was helping one night at the UCF library bar. I went and picked up 2 friends from the bar that needed rides home. My friend sat up front, and the girl he was with sat in the back. About 5 minutes after leaving the parking lot, I look in the rear view and see the girl take her wig off and begin to fill it with her throw up.
She puked her own wig.
That's awesome, right? That's badass. You take your wig off. As I pull over, my drunk ass friend up front starts to apologize over and over. And he and this girl are scooping her throw up off the floor and putting it in the wig. They're shoveling it in the wig to get it out the back of my car. I never sent emails or anything. I know this isn't too detailed, but I thought maybe it would be good to share on the show. LOL. Love you guys, Jordan. Jordan, that's a fantastic email, buddy. Oh, yeah. You can send me emails whenever you'd like, man. That made me cry laugh. Puking in a wig is fantastic. Tears in my eyes.
I never realized that the amount of people that wear wigs.
Oh, I can spot them.
And until like Crystal one day told me, she's like, you know, there's so many women that wear wigs.
Yeah.
And,
Surrounded by wigs. Dolly Parton wears a lot of wigs.
And then I'm like, really? And she's like, oh yeah. And then the hair extensions too. Like I didn't even understand the hair extension game and how that worked and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a Dallas
I was
Cowboy
like, my whole life's
cheerleader.
a lie.
There's a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, a black girl, super hot, who's got alopecia, and she's totally bald, and she wears like every game she'll wear like a crazy new wig.
Yeah.
And then she did one game bald, and it was pretty cool. I mean, Molly Tuttle, the a bluegrass player that I'm going to see at, she's coming to town. I'm going to see her here. She's coming with Joshua Ray Walker, and she has alopecia and is completely bald, so she does the same thing too. In fact, her album cover, the new album that just came out a couple of weeks ago, is just her in different wigs. So it's having a moment. Like, there's a wig store in Orlando called Wig Villa that has literally been here since I've been here. So, you know, it's been here like
expensive as hell, too,
35
right?
years.
Like a really high quality wig will sometimes like be over $1,000.
Yeah.
Or more.
We should start wearing wigs. We should be the wig show. The wig guys.
It seems like a giant pain in the ass.
It would set us apart.
Would you like for? What
kind of wig would you wear if you wore one?
Afro.
Yeah, me too. That's everybody, right? I think that's what everybody wants.
Let's do a voicemail.
All right. Let me get them. All right. Let's try this one right here.
Hey, guys. So sometimes I'll just find a random old episode to listen to. And you guys just made me laugh so hard. So Tom didn't want to say the R word, so instead he said waterheads. And then you guys went on a spiel about making a brand for people who are into surfing and water skiing and, you know, water sports. And you said it would be called waterheads. And you guys were like, no, that means we really like, you know, water sports.
All right, lady.
You're drunk. Go home, Mom.
Yeah. Don't bring up the waterhead. That was an older show. That was a different time.
Can you not say that? Waterheads. I love water so much. I'm a waterhead. That's kind of funny. I see what we did.
Here's how immature I am. I listen to a sports podcast, and a lot of these podcasts now, they have, like we mentioned it, marketing agencies that put in commercials dependent on your IP address around the country.
Yeah, they're like almost like geofenced.
Yeah, so if you're listening in Florida, you're listening to different commercials than Illinois, and it's all different because that's how you maximize your profit if you're marketing, right? And there's a commercial about I'm not sure what they're promoting, some sort of medication or something like this, where this lady, and in like medication commercials, you'll actually have a real life person that uses the medication talk about it,
give
a personal endorsement or whatever. And she's talking about some autoimmune disorder that she has. And I'm sure a lot of listeners have heard this because I'm sure they use this commercial a lot in sports podcasts. And she's like, since I've been using this medication, I went to my doctor, and my doctor brought up the R word, right? And she's like, remission, because it was like she went into.
They did that on purpose.
It was her remission. Did they do it on purpose?
I mean, I would think that. I think.
And then I laugh
done on
every
purpose
time
now.
she says my doctor brought up the R word, and then I think to myself, God damn!
Imagine going to your doctor and
43.
he's like, "You're an R word." That would be horrible. Like if you're like, "What's my diagnosis?"
Yeah. And so because of the rate in our business and because of political correctness and stuff, and I always thought this was funny. I thought this was funny back when we used to do radio, and we still do it, where we say F word and R word and C word instead of
N-word.
And N-word.
N-word, that's the big one. That's the big one.
And we do all this because we can't say the word, although we could right now.
I like that you stumbled on word. I like that we can't say the word. That was fantastic.
We can't say the W word. And then I've always laughed at, I'm like, well, we're still saying it. Like, we're saying it, and the people, they know what we're saying. They know what the word we're saying.
Yeah.
Like, so.
What the F?
It should be just as bad.
Well, the meaning is exactly the same as what you've always argued. The meaning of if you say, look at that N-word,
Yeah, no, you can't say that.
No, but if somebody said that.
Or if someone said this person said the N-word,
Yeah.
you can't say, look at the N-word. I don't think that you can't even say that.
No, but people will say that.
No, yeah. But even by saying any of this,
Is bad.
It's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing. Yeah,
Anyway,
you're right.
Let's do another.
You're right. You can't say look at that N-word. It's a horrible thing to say. Joey Mazant said that. Speaking of Joey Mazant, this is from Adam. Joey Mazant has been on the show since at least 2019. I was on a podcast that Sam invited to the show at the end of 2019. After Joey reached out to be a guest on ours, he split from Remy by then. Instead, we made it so I would call Joey every Thursday for Drinking Around the World with Joey. Later, I left because they wanted to permanently do video chats once COVID hit bad. Over a year after leaving, I randomly texted Joey about something Disney related. He ended the text with, "Talk to you Thursday." So I think this person is just saying that Joey doesn't know that Joey is actively doesn't know where he is in the world. Like, yeah, he's saying that Joey didn't know he was not on the podcast anymore. But Joey's also a nice guy. He's just gonna kind of roll.
Yeah.
With the punches.
Why would you send us an email?
Yeah, why are you being mean to him? Let's see here. Okay, Tom trying to skip is one of the greatest videos in TNT history. Maybe we could get him to try that stupid airwalk that has been trending for a while. TikTok gold. Have you seen the airwalk?
Oh, yeah,
that kids are doing?
Yeah. At first, I thought it was magic.
I did too.
I was like, this is Photoshop.
The first thing I said when I saw it was like, what the hell? What?
Yeah, and then
there's
always, tons of tutorials on.
But it's always a blonde, medium build, white kid dressed in basketball shorts. Have you noticed that? Why is it always a young white basketball man?
Any athlete can do it. They do a lot of celebrations, touchdown celebrations. Have incorporated the airwalk, but and there's tons of tutorials on how to do it. In fact, me and Max watched one, and I was like, if I practiced every day, then
until I die
on the next Tom and Dan cruise, I think about this stuff all the time. By the way. That I've thought.
So you're preparing an airwalk for a Tom and Dan cruise.
So,
well, at least you're worried about the important shit.
Going back to like Max will be able to do something one day that impresses a group of black people.
Oh yeah, he's already doing it.
And I've always wanted to do this.
I mean, right now he is actively. Right now, he actively gets Latins to cheer him every episode. You know that.
But I think about, like, if I practice secretly some move.
Where are you going to practice? Here?
No, you can't see it. No, you can't see it.
I'm not going to watch you. I'm going to leave. You think I'm going to hang out here while you're practicing airwalking?
You'll watch the
I will
cameras.
Not. There's no camera. Oh, there is a camera out there.
I'd have to practice, and I'd tell everybody.
Go practice at Maisie's dance studio.
And then I debut it on stage at some sort of event.
You love thinking about a debut. You've always wanted a debut, right?
I love debuts.
Gift bags and debuts.
And like me being on stage and like all of a sudden.
What song? Y'all ready for this?
No.
What do you want?
I think it's that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Clap your hands. It's a TikTok thing.
I'm not on TikTok. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's that 1.
I don't use China social media.
1, 2, 3, here we go.
I don't know. I don't know that.
You know it.
I honestly do not.
Yeah. And then you start airwalking, and then people are like, "Whoa, look at this white guy airwalk. We thought it was stiff." And it turns out it's impossible for me to airwalk.
Are you too stiff to airwalk?
I've practiced for a good 15 minutes with Max. And
can he do it?
No, he can't do it either. We're both too stiff.
It's hard. It's hard. You pass that down to him.
Max is limited by a lot of his genetics.
Mm-hmm.
I see it even when he's, and I hope he never hears this because
Maisie
knows he's so good.
Oh, Maisie knows I stunted her intellect. She knows that. I tell her that all the time. And she's okay with it. Because she likes farts and dumb jokes and shit. She's like, I'm okay with it. She's like, me strong. I'm like, all right, you got it. I go, I love you. She go, me love you too.
Yeah. It turns out you need some sort of rhythm and smoothness to do the airwalk because
you got to be smooth.
And there is a lot in this. I got in my algorithm. There's a lot of old white people that have tried to do the airwalk and they clown them good on TikTok and they know it, but they just can't do it. no matter how much we try,
Yeah.
the airwalk is impossible to us.
You know what I didn't realize until TikTok and social media got bigger and bigger is that there are a lot of older black people that can't dance. Older.
Yeah, because you get stiff.
I think you lose it. Yeah, you lose it.
Yeah, you become stiff.
And then you can't
like
dance
the white
anymore.
man.
Yeah, you get stiff like the white man.
Yeah, and then
We're not fluid enough. We're not fluid enough in
Yeah.
our. You know what? It goes into a lot of areas. We're not fluid enough with our spices. We're not fluid enough with the seasonings on our food. We're not fluid enough with our dances. We're not fluid enough with the history of our families. We're real stunted with our white. Like there's not a lot of heritage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you go too far, you're like, uh-oh.
Let's try this one.
I don't watch a lot of network TV anymore, but I found myself watching America's Got Talent, and they had a mini segment with the hosts, I don't know, showing them up close, and good God, have you seen what Simon Cowell looks like lately? I mean, God, man, just grow old. He looks weird. Anyways.
He has does have like an elevated lion face. If you are even a little bit like narcissistic and vain, and you go down that road, you go lion.
Although he has talked about him.
He had titties too, and he had his titties removed. Remember when he had titties?
No, well, he wears these compression shirts, and like he wears
Spanx.
some sort of Spanx around his gut.
Yeah.
You could see
I'm
through
glad
your shirt.
I didn't get titties. Because some guys get titties. Like I'll get a pot belly, pot belly. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll take a pot belly all day. But titties, fuck titties.
You'll get titties.
No. I don't think I get them.
The genetically.
It's a genetic thing.
Yeah.
Guys that get titties, like if you have hangy titties, that's not your fault. That's your
genetics.
dad's fault.
Yeah.
You need to thank your weak ass titty dad. No, why would I say? If your dad's still alive, go to him and say, "You gave me these titties."
Here's the problem, though. I don't even blame people that are on TV because you're like, look what you did to yourself. But it's not even really their fault. It's society's fault because if he did have wrinkles and titties and whatever, like
we'd make fun of him anyway.
They'll put that all over the TV on tabloids, and they're like, look at Simon Cowell's titties and wrinkled face. And so it's like
wrinkled face titties.
So all he's doing is trying to protect himself against the hate. And then you protect yourself.
You can't protect
and you're like,
yourself. It's coming anyway.
Look at he's protecting himself too much. Look at his weird face. And
he removed his titties.
So you cannot win.
No, you can't win.
You
can't beat the internet, dude. Undefeated.
Yeah, and if that kind of stuff. And how can it not bother you? Like, could you imagine being scrutinized about the way you look every time you get on TV, and you're on HD TV, and then like on a big screen, and people are like, look at his wrinkles, and like, look, he's 58 and he's aging. Like, what the fuck? You're a human being, But
I think at some point that you got to become like, you almost got to it's got to shut it off.
Yeah.
Because for him, it's like he hit a level of fame even during I would say even more so when he was hated more. During the American Idol time, that motherfucker was getting heat.
He's tried to get away from that.
Yeah, he's softer now.
America's Got Talent.
He's got a kid.
By the way, Chris Turner, our friend that we've known for years from Fringe or whatever, I just emailed him before the show. He couldn't come on today because they're filming some stuff.
Holy shit!
But he's gotten to the next level. Is the finals?
He's in the finals. I watched the repeat of him. What he did to get into the finals this morning when I was working out.
He's a British freestyle rapper, by the way, Chris Turner.
We found him maybe 6 years ago doing Fringe, or 5 years ago doing Fringe, and then he's come in every year since. And I think he's been on 2 or 3 times, or maybe even one time he was just touring and he came in. But he's friends of the show, and we love that guy. He auditioned for America's Got Talent, I think just on a whim. And they really, really loved him. And last night what he did, or I guess the last time he performed, he just walked through the audience and like people are just holding shit up and he would just like grab it and rap about it.
Yeah.
And it was better than anything he's ever done. Like it was really good. It was good.
He's been honing that skill because he's been doing this.
It was really good.
He's been touring for a long time.
Yeah.
So like if you continually tour and hone the skill and stuff now, like good for him, man. I'm super happy
He
for
did
him.
this one. It was really clever. There's this lady held up an orange. Like from her purse, and then another lady was holding up like a little bottle of nail polish, and he rhymed the nail polish thing, and then he went to do the orange, but he can't rhyme orange, So he used orange in the phrase and then said it was a tangerine instead, and rhymed tangerine. It was fucking amazing. It was so good and so slick, and it was live, and I was like, oh man, it was good.
You can also manipulate the pronunciation of words. I've seen Eminem explain this with the orange. Like you can't rhyme anything with orange, but you can with orange.
Yeah, orange.
Orange, and then he's like by saying it or pronouncing it different. Then all of a sudden you change the word into something you can rhyme it with other words by. It's like pretty. Incredible that your brain can do that, especially that in that quick of a time.
Well, Chris, and this one appeared. Now I could be wrong, but it appeared like on this particular episode of America's Got Talent that the beat he was using was almost like a Bollywood or like almost like a
like a reggaeton,
like almost like a reggaeton or something. It was either like reggaeton or Middle Eastern. It was something not a standard like a boom bap rap beat.
Yeah.
But it worked better and it was fast. It was real fast. Like, he was moving pretty quick. It was impressive, man. Like, really. And he was doing it, like, near the judges, which would fucking freak me out, man.
We're going to talk to him on Tuesday. Tuesday's
cool.
ACT. So,
awesome.
And he said that that's the day that the episode, I guess, comes out because it'll be out that night. So
the finals will be out?
So, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
And we can vote, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll vote for him. Like, I'll definitely call in and vote for him.
But my son's like AGT.
Oh, so. Chat room says, CD Sarah says, Sarah must have watched it. She said he did say that it was faster than he expected. It showed. Because it was a clip. I'm on the Peloton, and I'm like, whoa, that's a fast... I was like, that would be like, you increase the tempo of the beat that you have to improv for, and then your mind is like suddenly going a mile a minute.
What I'm interested in, like, let's say he goes to the finals, whatever, when all this is over, how it impacts his career. Like,
I think it changes his life.
Having that credit is definitely helpful to booking more gigs.
I think he's set now. I mean, he already had the talent, and it's easy for him to do. He's told us that. So now he's got the eyes. And Andy has the traditional, like, Hollywood eyes. He's already been doing the fringe social media punk rock style.
Yeah,
the only thing he needed to check off was like real big media, legacy media, and he's doing it.
And he's a touring comedian that does the freestyling.
It's a side gig for him
in his act. Yeah. So it's essentially like
it's not his whole act.
If you look at his Instagram, like most of his act is just comedy. He's a really funny dude. Too.
Yeah.
He's a funny comedian.
I think he could be like he could really be anything he wants. Yeah. I mean, he's infinitely talented.
Because you realize he can't just freestyle an hour on stage. You know. I'm saying?
Well, he could. You would be bored of it.
Yeah, he'd have to. He does it at the end as part of a thing. But anyway, that's good for him.
Yeah.
Good for Chris.
And thanks for setting that up, dude. That's going to be killer. Let's try this one right here.
Hey, Daniel. I recently moved to Colorado, having lived a bunch of time in Florida and North Carolina, and there's a lot of new and interesting ethnicities of women here. I'm kind of enjoying it. But one thing that's really caught my eye that I thought you would enjoy is the Mexican goth. The Mexican goth woman here is just different, and I think you'll enjoy it.
I do like a Mexican goth. I think it's up there in my top 5 Mexican goth. Lately, with my porno, Mexican goth, 100%. Spider web on the elbows, tattoos, but brown skin, long black hair, big giant ass, flat titties. Oh yeah, little Mexican goth. Come on now, are you crazy? I'm into that.
What's the difference between a Mexican goth and any other goth?
Well, white goths are fat. We all know that. What? You're laughing. Why are you laughing? You're laughing because it's true. You coined the term gothopotamus.
No,
that's you.
No, I didn't.
You made that up.
That was when you could still print out some meme on the internet and pin it to your cubicle.
Do you think that if I type in gothopotamus that I can find the meme that was hanging outside the WFLA sports station that we laughed at every day?
Yeah.
Goth.
There was some like there's some engineer or like some person that worked at the radio.
It was the guy with the long. Oh, I found it. First click, and I found it. There it is.
Yeah.
Should I put this up for everybody?
Put it.
All right, here you go. I'm going to put up gothopotamus for you.
Yeah, okay,
so you guys can see what it is.
And then every time we walked by to go record commercials in the editing bay, we'd
see this.
We'd see the Gotham.
And then I'd be like, "That's you,"
and
and you'd be like, "You're the little guy."
It was black and white
Yeah.
because the person printed it out on a black and white printer.
Yeah,
and
we didn't have any color printers.
And then pinned it to his cubicle. And then it was like, here, go on the bottom. And it was there for years.
Oh, man, I think it was there for, I want to say it was there for like half of my broadcasting career.
That was the most seen original meme of our lives back in like 2005.
Oh, it's burned into our brains, 100%. Yeah, it's 100% burned
Just
into
because
our
they
brains.
printed it out and we saw it every day.
Okay, let's end with a couple of these because
Okay.
we got a lot of heat on the Matt Prater kicker dream that you had from a couple of weeks ago. Tons of heat.
What do you mean, heat of what?
People do not like Matt Prater as much as you do. Like, you loved it, and then people kind of disagreed with your dream of him being like ultimate super father or whatever.
Yeah, because he literally is coaching his son's football team, and he got a call up from the Bills, and he literally went that week.
Yeah.
The same week he was coaching his, and then all of a sudden, all the son and all the kids of the football team watched him kick the,
Hey, he won the game.
the walk-off field
he
goal
won
to
the
win
game.
the game, and they literally the team put him on his shoulders,
Yeah.
and then he's like,
and they rootied him out.
and then his son and his whole son's team that he was coaching got to see that. I was like,
pretty cool.
that is something you don't get to experience.
Let's see what the listeners say.
Hey there, Tom and Dan. Hey guys, it's Danny. I think I know why Tom is all about Matt Prater and loving that story and saying how impressive it is. And then when you bring up Joe Flacco, he really doesn't want to acknowledge it and kind of dismisses it. I really think it's because he thinks kicking a football is so easy he could do it. And there's a part of him that's like, he's going to get a phone call from the Bucks or the Jags, and then he will be able to...
Wait, so this is like you working on the airwalk for the cruise? Is that what Kenny's saying? That the Prater fantasy is slightly in the same vein as your practicing the airwalk with Max for the Tom and Dan cruise that's not even on the books.
The reason why the Joe Flacco comparison didn't work to me is because Joe Flacco wasn't coaching his kids'
right.
Football team.
I understand that.
Like, yeah, he was out of the NFL, but he wasn't coaching the football team. I like the aspect that he was coaching like the football team, and then those kids got to see.
Right, I understand that later.
And then
Like, they're there. It's I get it.
And they're like, oh, he was just coaching our team. Now they're, he's a prime time NFL game being carried out the field as the champion.
Right. Here's one more, Prater.
Here's why the Matt Prater situation is not that impressive. He played last season. He played in 2024. It's not like he's been out of the league 10 years and the league found him in some bar drunk and he drove his LeBaron to the stadium to kick the game-winning field goal.
That'd be awesome.
He played in 2024, a year ago. He was basically pulled from the waiver wire. I see why you think it's impressive, but the fact that he played for so many years, all the way up until 2024, doesn't make it that impressive. He essentially just left his kids' practice and went right to the game, did what he did last season, and then now he's a hero in your eyes. Not that impressive. Sorry, buddy.
See, I'm telling you, these people hate Matt Prater, and I came around. I want to let you know I came around.
I know he's a veteran that's been playing a long time, but he was essentially out of the league coaching his kids' football team.
I thought about the kid thing more, and then I think I was missing that point originally when we argued about this because you were waiting the fact that he's out coaching the thing and then being actively. These kids are actively watching and participating in the.
Yeah. He's in the room with them.
So I see what you mean. Yes.
He's telling.
I get it. I do get it.
He's helping Timmy with his
pads.
But
other people do not. Like, other people were more mad than even I was at the time. They're like, fuck Matt Prater. But I get, like, you. And then here's this one. Let's try this one. This one's funny.
Tom, you act like everybody doesn't know that ballerina Cappuccina is dating Cappuccino Assassino. And we do know for a fact that Espresso Senora, she was a part of all of this. I think she contracted Tung 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 Sahor was the one who really got involved in this. Now listen, Bombardillo Crocodillo, we know that he and Tralala or Tralala have some kind of alliance. Okay? We know that he spoke with Chimpanzini Bananini, and we know that Trippy Troppy Troppy Trippa was the one who told Lili Lili La what was actually happening to expose all of this. You act like you don't know it. Don't put your head in the sand, Tom.
I agree.
Come on, be better, brother.
You're bullshitting us, man.
I forgot about the Capulino, Capulino.
Trollaloo, trollaloo.
Trollaloo. Anyway,
It's
fucking
fucking
Italian brain rot.
bullshit. I hate it.
There you go. Hey, but try explaining Italian brain rot.
I'm starting a new one.
To someone who doesn't have kids. They will not even a little bit understand what the hell is going on.
I'm starting a new one,
Oh.
and it may be dangerous, but get ready for African brain. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm not starting African brain rot. Are you crazy? I'm not doing that. It is racist, though. It is. Because you're going like, hey, it's a me. That's racist. That is. I like the ones that are lower. I like the one that it's like, because Maisie shows it to me. This is Italian brain rot we're referencing. Maisie will show it to me, and she's not really into it, but she knows what it is. But she'll show it to me. It'll be like a picture, and it'll be like a cartoon cigar, smoking a cigar, but his voice is, he's like, he's like an Italian cigar smoking a cigar. Like he's smoking himself, like a miniature version. He's like, he's like an Italian. I don't know what it is.
He's a cigar man smoking a cigar.
Yeah, it's
I
like
that.
a fat cigar smoking a cigar.
I like that when a banana man eats a banana, or whatever. Yeah, I like that.
It's
anyway.
All right. Are we getting out of here?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Anything to put on their plates before the weekends to remember?
Let's see.
I want to give some love to Eric for going out to Sanford. Thanks for doing that, buddy. He was out there last weekend.
The food truck fests are back. It's the second Sunday of each month, and Eric is out there each time they do a food truck fest. So go check that out. I know that the Hollabox starts their Oktoberfest.
Yes.
And I think is it starting tomorrow? Or did it start last Saturday? God damn, it's
What,
all
you're talking
running
about
together.
Hollabox?
Yeah.
I think it starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I think
They're
it's
doing
tomorrow.
the keg tap tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. And then also, here's something really, really cool. You guys know that, like last year, we kind of put our foot down and said, we're going to get some lederhosen for these events. So, we look the part now. Well, now you don't have to come out of your pocket that much to really do it. You can go to the outfitters.
The rent, yeah.
And you can rent lederhosen for all the events, so you can, look the part, save a little money, and get really high quality, lederhosen and the dirtles and for the ladies. It's awesome. And it's a lot more fun when you're dressed the part. It really is. Right? So I think that's about it.
History Center is celebrating their 25 years anniversary. We of course we got our big events coming up in November.
Oh yeah, to the man who said for me to stop putting my F word for gays reggae boot song in the show. You can get that song for free now on the front page of tomandan.com. Merchman put it up there, so you can get that. And there's a new, I think there's a Mr. Tom Van.
Oh, yeah, we're going to play that at the end of this.
I have like a Northern Soul, like a Motown version of that. So, well, look, we're just giving you guys everything we can think of to give you because we love you.
So, and why, because Crystal didn't even understand why it's so interesting to us that it can now steal the essence or the soul of the song.
Yeah.
And then, because before you were just putting in words and it would come up with the essence of itself. And now, like, Daniel loaded in the original Mr. Tom Van song, and it does have the same essence or the same spirit as the original.
It does.
Which, that's the impressive part to me.
I actually
because I'm like,
said
goddamn, the AI is taking what it was intended to be and making it better.
Well, and it kind of how I told you too. The song, and for a lot of people that don't know this, and if you're not a musician, you wouldn't know this sort of thing. But most of Bubba's music, when he would write, was really rooted in soul, blues, and classic rock and roll. Like, it was not, he didn't vary that much.
Yeah.
This song is a soul song. The structure of this song is almost like an old school Northern Soul, Motown, 1960s. Woo, 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 like the Supremes.
Yeah.
Like it's
the essence of it.
The essence of the song. Like, where if you were to spin a wheel that had this song on it and it landed somewhere, it would have landed somewhere in the soul area, somewhere in the Motown area, right?
Yeah.
But it just so happens that there's a big fat redneck cowboy playing the music and a bear singing the song. So you get less soul and you get more kind of just like a goofy radio song that people enjoy. But when you take the song and pull everything off of it and then give the true essence to the computer, and then you tell it like
and then
you guide it.
And it makes it professional, what it intended to be,
Yeah,
a professional
you guide
song,
it.
good with a good lyricist.
I sent it to Summer, and Summer's like, I think this is kind of what Bubba would have intended. Right? And I'm like, yes, Summer, I agree. I think this is what Bubba would have intended, like, because he loved, and that guy played, like, really funky music. He just, you know, you didn't get the chance to hear it very often.
So
anyway.
Daniel put it at the end of the
I'll
show.
throw it at the end. I'll pad the numbers, as the guy said. He's like, quit padding the numbers.
On Monday, Ross is coming, literally flying back from Vegas with Craig. Craig is coming in too to tell us some Vegas stories on Monday.
Beautiful.
They'll be on the BDM show as well. Got Chris Turner on Tuesday and a whole lineup of shows next week.
Thank you guys for hanging with us. We appreciate you, and have a great weekend. Be safe, and we will see you Monday.